Some authors literally use the same formula for every single book they put out because they know that y'all will eat it up. When I say y'all, you know who I'm talking about. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and if you're not new here, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amina, but you can call me Bliss, whatever you want. 2 or 3 months ago, I did a video reacting to unpopular book talk confessions on Reddit. That was a pretty unhinged video, but it was so much fun to film. I also remember you guys really liked it as well. After I filmed that video, I put out a form basically asking you guys to submit your unpopular opinions when it comes to the book space. And then I forgot all about the form until like 2 or 3 days ago, and I looked and I saw some of your confessions and I was like, we need to get into some of these. Some things we need to discuss. I also thought it'd be fun to go on Reddit as well and see if you can find some more book talk opinions. Last time we looked at confessions, so people were just exposing some shameful things they do in the book space and some things they're just not that proud of. But this time we're going to be looking at people's like opinion. This is like what I believe, and I'm very strong in this belief. I feel like I have some very strong opinions about like the book space as well. I'm just not confident enough to share them because the girls love to fight in that community. They love to fight. If you guys have seen some of the discourse on book talk in like the past few months, the girls love to fight, and I don't like to fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I like to say my opinions and then run away. Like, why am I going to like convince you that my opinion is true? Like, it's my opinion. Like, I'm just gonna say what I think. I don't have to defend it. I just want to say it. So basically the video is going to be split into like 3 parts. First, I'm going to react to the opinions you guys have submitted anonymously, obviously, because no one needs to know. No one needs to know. Then I'm going to react to some Reddit book talk opinions because I'm sorry, Reddit is just such a fun place. I want to dip my toe in there and see what people are saying. And then the third part of the video is where I'm going to be exposing some of my opinions. I feel like I've already shared a lot of them in like my last few videos, but I'm just gonna put them out there just so that I can contribute. You know, like I said in the last video, this is not a judgmental space. This is not a space where people are crucifying each other over their opinions. We listen and we don't judge. If you have a different opinion, share it, but be amicable about it in the comment section. Don't be weird. Don't do no superiority complexes in the comments because I'll just delete the comment. So yeah, let's just talk about some of our unpopular opinions in the book space and see what everyone has to say. Also, another little disclaimer, if you don't know who I am, my name's Amina. I go by Bliss as my pen name on here sometimes because, long story short, I used to have a Wattpad account and my name was Bliss for years and people were just calling me Bliss on the internet, and it's stuck. So my name is actually Amina, but if you want to call me Bliss, call me Bliss. I like to talk about books, but I also like to talk about random shit. I'm just a girl in her early 20s trying to figure this life stuff out, you know? So that's the best way to describe it. I'm also writing a book, in case anybody gives a shit. It's a dark academia, romance, mystery, thriller, gang type of book. If you want to know anything else about it, my newsletter link is in the description for update. There's not much to talk about with my book right now because your girl's still writing it. And if you're a writer, you get it. Like, it's just, we'll get there one day, don't worry. So we're going to start off with opening our Google form. So I said, drop your most unhinged reading habits below, girlies. I'll keep it anonymous, don't worry. Opinion number 1. I do not like first person, present tense, or apostrophes being used as quotation marks. If a book has at least 2 of these, with the exception of in-universe justification, chances are I'm far from prioritizing it. Okay, sorry, give me a minute. I need to like process what she said. First person. So I did this, I did that. Present tense. I am going apostrophes being used as quotation marks. What's an apostrophe? This is so concerning. I'm a writer. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, you know how quotation marks are 2 lines? Apostrophes are just 1. So people using just 1 line as a quotation mark, that's just incorrect grammatically, isn't it? Yeah, I don't like that either. First person and present tense. I write in first person and present tense, so I cannot really like agree with that opinion. Like, what's wrong with first? So do you want it to be third person? Like, Sammy went to the store and Sammy bought this and Sammy did that. I hate that. No, that's awful. Past tense or like future tense. Girl, you have some requirements. With the exception of in-universe justification, girl, I actually need you to chill. Like, can you just read the book? Like, damn. When I ask for opinions, I expected them to be messier than this. This is just you being an English teacher, basically. Okay, that's funny. Okay, next opinion. I download my fanfics on my Kindle so people don't know what I'm reading. Eye emoji. The girls that get it. We know. Third opinion. Okay, the third opinion. Unpopular opinion, I guess. But listening to audiobooks really is not reading. Oh, We're going there. Okay. It's like ordering food and saying you cooked it because you saw how it was made, or watching football and saying you played. Someone else read the book for you. Just say you listen to books if you do so. But don't be like, I read 300 books this year when you listen to 90% of them. Let me sit up for this one because this is like a very contentious argument in the book space. Partly agree and I partly disagree. What is, like, let's see what the definition of reading is, because okay, let's get into it. Read is a versatile verb meaning to look at and understand written, printed, or displayed symbols, or to interpret situations and data. It involves scanning texts, speaking words aloud, studying, or computing. By that definition, listening to audiobooks is not reading. I don't know, guys. I actually don't know, because it's just tech. Sorry, I'm trying to formulate an opinion on this. I'm looking at a book on my shelf right now, Dance of Thieves, right? Let's say it's an audiobook. I don't know if it's an audiobook or not, but let's say it's on Audible and somebody is like doing the dishes and listening to someone reading it for them, and then they know the whole story, they know the whole plot, they know everything, and then they go to talk to their friend about the book, and you know just as much about the book within each other. Like, you read the same words and everything like that, but you would say one person didn't read the book. You would just say the other person listened to the book. Is that fair? But you know what? Who cares? Actually, does it matter? You know what? I agree with the statement. I genuinely do. And I feel like that's a big thing people like take offense to when they say they don't actually read because they listen to the audiobooks. But by definition, if somebody couldn't read and somebody like told them the story, they didn't read it, did they? Because they can't read, but someone just told them the story by like reading it for them. Because they can understand English, obviously, but they can't read English. So yeah, they didn't read the book. You know, they listened to the book. You could just say, I read 200 books this year and I listened to 100. Why are we gatekeeping that title, you real reader? Who cares if someone's a real reader or not? Why is that such a, who gives a shit? People who are pretentious readers are like almost trying to gatekeep the title of being a reader. I get it. Being a reader back in secondary school or like primary school was seen as something nerdy or uncool or stupid. I remember getting picked on for reading all the time. I remember getting mocked for being in the library. But now everybody, being a reader is cool. For us, it's like, but it is what it is, you know, like at least people are reading more. I get the whole thing of like having the title of being a reader being something people want to gatekeep a little bit because of how people used to make fun of them for reading, and now they're reading just for like the aesthetic because it's trendy, and it's like, no, you're not a real reader. I get that, but at the same time, it's like, it's not that deep, guys. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Basically, my consensus is that this is not like worth such a strong opinion. I don't think it matters. I agree with you, but I don't think it matters. Maybe some people are just not that well versed at reading, or maybe someone's trying to become a reader but they're starting off with audiobooks. I don't think we should give a shit that much. I agree with you, but also, who gives a shit? This one, I hate that every new book feels like a carbon copy of an already existing book. Yeah, and that's because books are turning into like fast fashion right now. I think BookTok is at fault for this a little bit. I don't want to say some author names, but some authors literally use the same formula for every single book they put out because they know that y'all will eat it up. And I'm saying y'all because when I say y'all, you know who I'm talking about. The ones that love a certain like storyline and will like devour it no matter what. Even if there's no character development, there's no plot line, nothing. Billionaire and good girl and smut, that's all you need. If you want that, just go to Wattpad, but stop publishing that shit everywhere, because now every book is literally that same type of vibe. Certain authors will be like, oh my god, this is my chance to publish because everyone's gonna love this if I just put all these tropes together, and it's gonna get me a publishing contract or whatever, money. And publishers, they see that shit as well. They see that everyone loves like these tropes and all that crap, and they're like, oh yeah, like 6-book deal or whatever, and then every book is just the same. What happened to like deep, thoughtful storylines, characters that are well thought out, even messages in stories? Like, I don't even think a lot of stories have messages, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not the same anymore. I get what you mean. Like, I want something different. Everything's the same. If I say to my friend, oh, I want a book, they're like, oh my god, this is exactly what they'll say. They'll be like, oh my god, I've got a billionaire romance, rank 3 spicy, he fell first, she fell harder, age gap. That's what I'm against. I'm against people just like writing a book for the sake of trying to get people to buy it because it's what's trending. My book, I've been writing it for like 6 years. 6 damn years. Okay, in all fairness, I haven't been actively writing it for the full 6 years. It has existed for 6 years. I have spent like 2 years off, 1 year on because of, you know, school, work, all that stuff. But I have been writing it for a very long time, and the reason it's like taking me so long is just because of the things I've mentioned. I feel like my characters are literally like bits and fragments of my soul, and as I'm growing up and I'm learning more about the world and the messages I want to come across in my story, it evolved, and it's not at a point where I'm 100% proud of it yet, but I'm getting there. Authors nowadays, I don't think they put their souls into their stories. I don't think they really truly write something that resonates with them as well as much as they want it to resonate with other people. I think they just write for the sake of selling. At least when I was writing on Wattpad, it wasn't something that like, oh my god, your book could get published from Wattpad. It was literally just a case of write, you put it out there, and then people like respond, interact, fall in love with your characters, and read your story. And that to me was enough. Writing came from a place of wanting to connect with other people, and as long as it connected with somebody, I was happy with it. And I don't think a lot of authors are even on that anymore. They just want to sell. In this economy, everybody gotta make money, so I hear it. My book will be published one day, but I'm not in a rush to get it out there because I still want it to resonate with people. I still want it to connect with people, and the only way it's gonna do that is if I genuinely like take my time with it and like put my everything into it, you know? Like, these characters are literally like my children. But yeah, every book is the same. This opinion is true. This opinion is factual, and there's a reason for it, and the reason is money. Next opinion. Oh, I've seen this one before. You guys are weird. After buying a book, I often read the first and last sentences of it just to see the writing style and how the author prefers to open and close sentences, especially those as important as the first and last of a book. I also just like knowing what they are, and they usually don't have any spoilers. Oh, okay, so this is different to what I expected, because I saw the first line and I just thought, you like spoiling books for yourself and you're strange. But now that I've read the whole thing, it's like, oh, it's just a curiosity thing. You know what? I want to try this. I'm going to pick up a book that I am about to read next, and I'm gonna see if a spoiler pops up from me doing this. I'm blaming you. Shit. Here's the book, Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. It's one of those books that just collected dust on my shelf until like I finally got out of my reading slump, and I was like, let me see what's on my shelf before I buy a new book. So it's a arranged marriage, enemies to lovers. This matches, doesn't it? Okay, this is the first sentence of the book. Fireworks burst into bloom above the lake, Fireworks burst into bloom above the lake, hanging suspended in the clear. Guys, it's too early in the morning for this shit. Like, fireworks burst into bloom above the lake, hanging suspended in the clear night air, then drifting down in glittering clouds that settle on the water. That's the first sentence, guys. Whatever. Some description stuff. Guys, there's pictures in this book. Look at this. I think that's the love interest and her man. I love you, she says. Did I tell you that yet? No, I grin. Tell me again. Why do you do this again? Just to see the writing style and how the author prefers to open and close sentences. Like, the description in the beginning was like cute, it was nice, and then the last sentence, I don't want to say basic, but it's a very like not surprising way to end a romance novel. It's just, I love you too, the end. Like, yeah, that didn't do nothing for me. I don't know why I did that. Here's the next opinion, okay? ACOTAR and Fourth Wing destroyed literature, in my opinion. I have seen so much ACOTAR hate and Fourth Wing hate on my For You page. I read ACOTAR when I was 60, back in like 2020, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was different to what I usually read. I think it was like one of the first romantic books that I read, because I was usually just reading other like genres. Yeah, I enjoyed it. My camera died, sorry guys, but like I was saying, when it comes to like ACOTAR, I have not thought about that series since. Read it, loved it, interacted with people online that loved it, and then moved on to the next series, the next book. And then now, like years later, people are like, I hate the book, I hate the series, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Why? To be honest, I don't remember a lot of it. Then I saw what came out about the author being a Zionist and then having some sort of propaganda in her books that we didn't notice until like now. The fact that I put money in her pockets at some point makes me sick. J.K. Rowling, same thing with her. It's like, you don't want to put money in their pockets. You don't want to platform them anymore because of what they stand for, because it's disgusting. Never read Harry Potter anyway. Not going to now. I have so many like good memories of that series, but then it's all just tainted by the truth of that woman. Not saying that ACOTAR was the best series in the world and it was amazing and no, I just remember like really enjoying it at the time and just kind of like it being one of the books that got me back into reading. So it's just unfortunate that the author is like a piece of poo. Fourth Wing, I don't know if the author's in any controversy, but I did love that series. Destroyed literature, come on guys. If we have to say what books destroyed literature, I think there's other options we can go with. Should I say, I don't want to say, you know what it is, I don't like saying, oh, this author ruined literature with their writing style, because some people like that shit. Like, it's hard for me to yuck someone else's yum, You know what I mean? Even if I resent it, screw it. Colleen Hoover and Anna Huang, to me, destroyed literature. Colleen Hoover especially. Ugly Love, I will say it over and over again. Ugly Love was the worst thing I've ever read. Okay, I've done enough. This person said, might be a little outdated at this point, but I did not like Twisted Love by Anna Huang at all. At the time I read it, it was all over Booksta, and I felt like I couldn't even share my honest opinion without someone coming at me. I felt like I had to bite my tongue about Anna Huang books for the longest time. The second I read Twisted Love, I was so confused because I was just like, there's no way this is the book everybody was screaming about on BookTok and Booksta. As soon as I finished the book, I would go on, this used to be the routine, right? You'd read a book, you love it, you hate it, whatever. Then you'd go on Instagram or TikTok and you'd type in the book title and you'd scroll, because now you don't care about spoilers because you read it. And you'd scroll and you'd see what people are thinking, and then you'd see all the love and you'd be like, and then you go to the comments and everybody be like, oh, I love this scene and I loved. Someone said, I will straight DNF a romance if the male's height is mentioned and I can tell the female's height is more than 7 inches shorter than the male character. It's completely overdone to the point where it veers into weird gendered bullshit. We don't need to know that she's small and petite and tiny and fragile, and we don't need to know that he's big and strong and towers over her every 5 minutes. At some point it gets disgusting. You're just like, okay, we get it, he's taller than her. You guys are really feeding into certain things that you don't want to be feeding into. Just saying. And why is that his favorite thing about her sometimes? The tropification of romance marketing is resulting in a higher production of books that aren't even stories, but are just 4 tropes and 2 bong standard sex scenes in a trench coat. Anna Huang books. Anna Huang's books are basically that. I think spicy parts are often used to cover up the fact that the author can't write chemistry very well. That's actually very true. As I've mentioned, like some of the books that I hate the most are where it's like very spicy, but the characters like have basically nothing other than sexual chemistry. Like all he can say is that he's physically attracted to her. It's mainly sexual. The author cannot write chemistry between them. They cannot like create a proper like bond, a proper connection between the characters. So they just slap in a bunch of sex scenes and say, yeah, see, they like each other. And it's like, yeah, but it's pretty empty. It's like if you removed all the sex scenes, would you think they liked each other? Someone said, you guys' spicy book recommendations do not live up to the actual god holy smut in fan fiction. The number of times I've been bamboozled, betrayed, and salty. I haven't read Haunting Adeline and I plan to, but it better live up to the chilly numbers. Maybe that's why I'm so desensitized to smut right now. I think the reason why I'm so desensitized to it now is because back in the day when I was 12 years old and I discovered Wattpad, I was exposed to that shit against my will. I would open a book and think, oh my god, a romance, and then like the spicy scenes will come up and I'll be like, whoa, well, that's crazy. Like this person said, it was crazy. Like the fan fiction smut is different. It's a different level. Like if you've never read it, you don't get it, and you never will. I was reading these books and learning things, and I was just like, wow, that's how it works. I'll never stop talking about the Wattpad comment section because it was a time in there. It was so fun. I feel like the definition of girlhood was the Wattpad comment section because it was just filled with girls saying the most unhinged shit. They were so funny, even outside of like smutty books. Like just, it's like the way people think about TikTok now. Some people say that the TikTok itself is not funny, it's the comments that make it funny. That's how Wattpad was when it was in its prime and the comments became a thing. Like it used to be a case of like you go to the comments at the very end. Now comments are line by line. It was a time. It was a time. I still have my library to this day, and sometimes I go there and I reminisce on old stories that I loved. Now I can't read those books because I'm like, these are awful. So I think we're done reading other people's opinions. Okay, now it's my turn. My unpopular opinions. I hate dark romance books. I really don't like them. I hate it when there's like real life people on a book. Like let's say the book becomes a TV show. You do not need to change the damn cover to put the actors on it. I hate it. I get that it's on Netflix now, but we don't need to see the actors on the book cover. I don't like seeing people on book covers in general, like at all. I think you can learn just as much from a fiction book as you can from a non-fiction book. Lessons about empathy or putting yourself in other people's positions or social dilemmas, things like that. You learn a lot about that from stories. You know those guys who are like, I only read self-help books to understand emotions because that's how you're meant to read, or the people who think self-development only lies within like non-fiction books. Like no, you can experience self-development by reading fictional books. You learn lessons by like reading stories. Stories help you learn lessons, I think, in a more effective way than non-fiction. This is a weird example, but like me telling you to be empathetic and telling you to look at things from other people's perspective is different to you reading a book and having to put yourself in the mind of someone else and see the world through a different lens. And books, you get to immerse yourself in different perspectives, in different people's shoes. Does that make sense? That's to the people who like to be like, oh yeah, I only read books to better myself. Read fiction. You'll better yourself through reading fiction too. Anyway, those are my my opinions. I have way more, but I don't think we have time for everything today. I'm closing my laptop because I think that is a good place to end the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys stick around for more videos because I plan on trying my best, my absolute best, to post once a week. I know that's a stretch. Okay, I'm a busy girl. Okay, I work full-time. I'm writing my book. Just there's so much going on, but I still want to try. If it's not weekly, then it's the next week. I disappeared for a month a little while back because I was like mentally going through the trenches. Like I was going through the trenches, but now I'm back. I'm fine. I'm good. And I just want to be more consistent. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and comment your own thoughts and opinions on the stuff that I've talked about today, because I like chatting with you guys in the comment section. Back to what I said about my book. If you're interested on getting updates on that and just like hearing more about it, my newsletter link is in the description, where I basically give you guys like sneak peeks, thoughts on the writing process, stuff like that, you know? So yeah, if you're interested in the newsletter, it's in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.